Sauna is the dance of the fire and water. Sauna is really a contrast therapy. By heating up ourselves, we activate certain systems, and then cooling down, we sort of give the counter force to these powers that we have awakened. Sauna is really all about playing with this contrast therapy, playing with hot and cold, playing with heating and cooling. And in the modern sauna world, very often we talk about quite extreme hot and cold. We talk about really hot sauna and then really some cold plunge. But traditionally, that has not always been the case. Uh, when we talk about hot and cold therapy in the traditional way of sauna bathing, there is a lot of variety. Like there is a lot of variety in us human beings and in living beings in general, thus there is also variety in sauna practices. In Finland, at least, it's not that everybody does like the extreme hot and extreme cold. There we do enjoy a lot of the time also very soft heating and slowly heating ourselves slowly until we get really deep heat, and not this extreme hot heat that actually is quite surface heat often, because you cannot stay there for long enough for your core to actually get the heat. And then the cold dipping, of course, Finland is famous for this ice water swimming. We do avanto, which means that we drill a hole in the frozen lake and dip ourselves there. But it's not that everybody goes every time into it and spends equal amount of time. There can be situations in your life that maybe the extreme hot and cold is not favorable for you. Maybe you have really a lot of stress already going on, and then stressing your body into with these high extremes. Maybe it's not the best thing. Maybe your body needs soft pampering and slow recovery. Who knows? Or maybe you're a woman who's about to get her periods, having your menstrual cycle, and your bleed is coming. So maybe it's not wise to freeze yourself up with the extreme cold. So there is always this idea of balancing with these natural cycles of life. And during winter, the waters are frozen, so naturally they invite us into more heavy cold exposure also. We have snow outside. When we step outside of our sauna, there is snow waiting. We bathe with the snow, we dip in the frozen lake, and then we have a little bit higher contrast with a little bit hotter sauna and spend shorter time on each. And then in the summertime, when the lakes are nice and warm, you can stay in the cooling, nicely cooling, not cold, but very sweet, warm lake, and enjoy there for a longer period of cooling break. And in the summer, nice summer air, you can really enjoy a longer cooling break, and thus also enjoy a longer stay in the sauna. So very different type of sauna bathing when it comes to sort of balancing yourself with the nature. So no need to force and no need to push. Listen to your body, whether it's hot or cold. But obviously there is in the essence of sauna, it is this contrast therapy. And in the tradition, in the Finnish sauna tradition, there is mentions of this practice of healing called säikäytys, which means to startle or scare somebody. And when you are doing this säikäytys, there is vivid descriptions how you first heat up the person, maybe do a little vihta work, do some good whisking, and get them nice and hot, and then pour a bucket of cold water on them as a surprise. Startle them out of there. Sometimes diseases are like that. You're stuck in some ways, your body is stuck in some ways. There is maybe something that is sort of has got stuck, and with the startle therapy, contrast therapy, we sort of break up that jammed up situation. We break it up, and let the pieces, fall back into places in a more harmonious way. And thus, health is restored. And we do understand in the modern sauna bathing also, and research is slowly being done more and more on these benefits of really giving this contrast therapy when you push your nerve system a little bit to the extremes, and always make sure that after going to that extreme, you always get that beautiful reward of that relief, that the stress comes, but then the stress stops. And that's the time that really the magic happens in your body, because you really get that relief from the stress. But yes, pushing your nerve system a little bit to the limits is a way to sort of reboot it. A lot of the hot and cold sauna therapy is about rebooting your system, sort of taking it to the extreme heat, extreme cold, or not even always extreme, to the heat and to the cold. It is like a reboot to your system, and thus, your very inner wisdom, this bodily wisdom, is reactivated, and our body has all that it needs to heal and to be healthy. But we just, for many reasons, traumas, lifestyle choices, whatever it is, we end up in a very jammed situations. And in the sauna, we can reboot the system and let our body work its way out, and again find this dynamic, natural way of harmonizing and balancing itself. So then our nerve system can adapt. So when there is stress, we can, or when there is a need to be active, we can be active, we can respond to stress. And when there is a chance to rest and recover, our body can also reactivate that side of the system. So sauna helps us to remember this. And of course, this dance between these two counterparts is the story that has been always told. In Finland, we talk about ukko and akka. They are husband and wife, or man and woman, and different things happen between them. And there is also stories about the northern witch, or the lady of the north, that is counterforce to these heroes of the south, or and they go on different types of fights, and there is like a wars between these two worlds. And every mythology tells this tale about these two counter forces, day and night. And between this day and night, life appears, the whole variety of everything that happens, or be it summer and winter, and or be it these mythical tales that we tell about these counterparts. So yes, sauna is also follows the same principles that are the very foundational principles of life, because sauna is the laboratory of life for us, where we enter and then we can sort of readjust ourselves, and then find that dynamical, harmonious balance, and then also take that to our everyday life. That's sauna healing. And it is in the Finnish tradition, sauna has been sort of like a little alchemist laboratory, where we really take these elements, and with the firework, we really burn ourselves up into the skies. And then with the cooling waterworks, we bring ourselves down back into the earth, and again find our concrete form. So it is like the journey of the sauna that we take every time when we pour the löyly and feel that inhale and exhale of the breath of life of cosmos itself. And truly, when we have the löyly, the steam flowing, and this sauna journey takes place, it is like the alchemist quest for this cold. And what we really, when we sweat away all the unnecessary and wash away all the old, what is left is our true essential nature. And that truly is that alchemist gold that they are searching for, symbolically speaking now. But yes, sauna is truly the art of sort of re-establishing this harmonious, dynamic balance. And health is all about being flexible, being dynamic, being able to always adjust to different situations. It's not about finding something that is stagnant or something that is like same to everybody at everywhere every time. But health is all about harmonizing yourself with nature. Nature is ever changing. The only thing sure about life and nature is that there is change. Or the only thing that is constant is change, or something like that goes the saying. So that is true in the sauna, and we want to be healthy. We want to be able to adjust and all the time balance ourselves, and sauna teaches us that. But let's not standardize sauna too much. Let sauna be also a lively process. Not every time it's the same thing. Every time we pour the löyly, it's the same löyly, but it's never the same. So this is what sauna tries to teach us. Every breath we take is the same breath, yet never the same. So enter into the sauna and let your bodily wisdom guide you, and let also the nature be a clue for you what to do.